Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Futures are selling off as I make this video on Tuesday, Maui evening. So we'll hopefully get some good entry points, and then if they fail, our good entry points will allow us smaller losses overall. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. But first off, there's only one high quality long position for Wednesday session, and that's Valvoline, VVV, and unfortunately, clearly, if you just are getting used to or have been following what I like for however long, weeks, months, years, you know that the move yesterday in Valvoline is one that I would buy any time you see something like this. There's just one problem. Do you see what the bar open is? Do you see what the bar close is? I would need 22.96 to be the open and 23.01 to be the close to go long. Or I would need to see 23.01 as the open, and I would have needed to see our close at 23 or 23.01. If it would have been just a penny or even two, like 22.99 below 23.01, I think I would have taken it. But the mere fact that it was 5 cents off that open and 10 cents off the high of the day, basically 9 cents, I just went ahead and was like, you know what? I'm 100% sure this is going to consolidate more before it gives me another signal. Nope, that didn't happen. So Valvoline is giving a really great long signal here, but it's not my ideal signal because the best signal would have been the day before at 23.01 or whatever. As it is, this signal is a candle on candle bullish price bar pattern. It's actually a bullish reversal candle on top of a bullish hammer candle price bar pattern. This is very, very, very good intraday price action. Just a big rally off the lows. I mean, this is a really, really, really great price action. And then to see the volume bars this much above average with BOP not only going green but max green, this is a great pattern overall. But this is not a stock that has been known to trend since it's become public. So for all we know, we'll just, do a couple V-shaped moves and then try to move back down. But hopefully if this move here can be similar to this move here, maybe we can get a move similar to 20%. And at the same time, we're only risking around 4 or 5%. It's only 4-to-1 win or gain to pain win-loss ratio. But still, it's definitely a pattern that I have to take. Now, if somebody said I only have $10,000 and I had to put all of it into any of your long positions this evening, I'd say hold your capital. But VVV, very, very nice. That's the quality one. Limit order 23.51. First cut loss, a move below today or Wednesday or Tuesday's low day, 22.65, so 22.64, and then a move below the May 15th low day, 22.25 will be my final cut loss. Then there is AQXP. This is the best ad signal of the bunch for quality, I guess you could say overall. It's bouncing right off the 200-day moving average with a bullish intraday pattern. This is a bullish price candle on top of another candle pattern. Heavier volume above average on the move today, and that's following this nice candle here that was a pocket pivot point signal and heavy volume that took BOP back to the green level. And as you can see, it's been rising ever so slightly the past few days, so we have BOP in confirmation. So this is technically an earnings winner because this move is post earnings. This is support at like the midline of the earnings win day, right at the 200-day moving average, so this is a good long signal. However, it was only my tertiary scan. It was not in any of my main scans, not my top scans, not my secondary scans. This was in my last and final scan that I go through that looks for any stock on above average volume with green BOP, and it made it. So only 0.5% of my account capital, limit order at 14.88 because it's touching the 20-day moving average. First cut loss level, the low day today, 14.19, and the final cut loss level is going to be where this BOP went green again, 13.64, not 13.35. If it loses 13.64, I want to go ahead and be out. Now for the oversold swing trades, we got two of them. PHMD is a former, PHMD is a former oversold RSI candidate. its RSI tested the 30 line, got to the midline, and now looks like it wants to break out above it. It's not shown on the chart, but if you look at the arrow that I'm drawing, the RSI line is showing positive divergence while price is moving flat. And then the MACD line and MACD histogram, if you go look at stockcharts.com, shows the same thing from the April lows. Actually back here, this April low here that was then violated, which gave the MACD and RSI indicator lines positive divergence. So there's MACD histogram, RSI showing positive divergence while price moves sideways. I have all of this max green bop, and that's where this stock flagged. I tried to get it early back here. I can't quite remember where the signal was where I tried it here, and that's when it failed. Had to cut my losses. Might have been this day right here. I think I tried to go early here, and then I got cut out here. But we're going to try it again. And this time, though, since I'm going to have $1,000, I can afford to stagger my stops like this. First cut loss will be 132. Next cut loss will be 126. Next cut loss 120. Next cut loss 102. My limit order will be 144. First profit target is this high a day, then this high a day, then these high days, then these high days, then this high day, then this high day. There's a ton of overhead targets for this thing to hit, but I want to get long at 144, and I want to keep some initial tight stops and then keep some loose stops. Now let's say that you only had $100 and you put $100 in this stock. I would just then realize this is a riskier trade for you. I might have one stop here, one stop here. Maybe I'd have one stop here and one stop here, but I wouldn't have more than like 2 stops, and I would only do that if I only paid $1 in commission. But PHMD 144 limit order. And then the final one, the best oversold swing trade candidate, OMED. OMED, you can see, is not only a pocket pivot point signal with a huge surge in volume and green bop going from green bop, losing it, then boom to max green. So we've got a huge volume surge, a surge in bop to max green, and we've got higher lows in this price bar. And what you don't see here is that the RSI is curling up from oversold. So it's been oversold this entire time, and it's curling up, and it's starting to come out of oversold. Not only that, what you don't see on this chart, the MACD and MACD histogram is uptrending and showing positive divergence the entire time since this gap down. So now that the RSI is curling up from oversold, we've got the pocket pivot point signal, huge volume, huge bop. This is by far the best, probably overall trade candidate for potential reward to what the inherent risk is. So I want to get long, limit order at 368, first cut loss 345, final cut loss 325. First target is here, next target is here, and then a target here. And then it would be amazing if we could get back up to like the 200-day moving average or gap fill. But I think that it's a real stretch to think that we can do it. But, you know, if we could almost double our capital, if we can get to this high, I would have no problem selling all out at 623 unless it already looked like it was trending higher like GSAT. So GSAT, I still have one final profit sell limit at 3. I moved it back up, didn't I? I moved it from 259 back to 3. So it's back here at 3. So if it touches 3, I'll be out of another half of GSAT. But after that, this stock has got a clear set of higher highs and higher lows. So now it becomes a trend following position, and I won't be doing that anymore. And speaking of that, VEEV, after a long series of higher highs and higher lows ever since the signal date at the end of February, we're finally getting its very first extremely overbought RSI 14 profit taking signal. So VEEV is a 20% sell at the market on Wednesday morning, and on that end so is COHR, as COHR is extremely short-term extended from my entry 29% ago, or from my signal 29% ago. Me, I didn't get an entry because I wasn't happy with the symmetry. I used a limit order of 258 instead of 201.49. Had I used 201.49, I would have been filled. As it is, no fill. COHR is moving without me, but RSI 14 is above 80 following Tuesday's move. That's a 20% short-term profit-taking signal. If you're long COHR, lock in 29% gain on 20% of your position. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the chat room on Wednesday or back here Wednesday evening, Thursday morning. Aloha.